Well, welcome to the market update. What a great day today. Today, I'm going to bring Vegas on here and we're going to talk stocks. How you doing, Vegas?
Oh, great. Thanks. I'm so happy. It was a really great Monday,
Oh, it was.
September 24th. We have a lot of things to cover, and we're only going to talk here for about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll just give everyone an update on today's stocks that were traded and ones that we are definitely watching. So
Sounds
let's
good.
start with NLST, Jim.
I got her. Got her charted up. Wasn't that a beauty today?
That was a nice one. Now, we did notice on Friday there was a big buy of over 2 million shares above the ask. And that was a good trade today for even scalping around core position for a lot of people that actually still have this long. And, when a trade is bought above the ask, usually that means that there's just not enough stock to buy for that lot size. So it becomes what they call a sweeper fill. And this was explained to me by my friend Tony. And, the supply gets dried up there. So I think something is going on because even today after hours, there was another buy above the ask for over 250,000 shares above the ask price of 68.5. So, in my opinion, something is cooking behind this potential patent settlement. Maybe there could be future news, or something, that we might hear about soon. And who knows? That's just, what our gut is telling us. But again, we could be wrong. So obviously, you have to have your proper stops and all that. But me personally, I'm still long on the stock. I like it. I traded around the core today, made money on it, but I'm still holding my core position.
Yes, just like you said, Friday we recognized at the end of the close to the end of the day that these big buys were coming in, and it bounced from under 45 cents all the way up to around 65.5. So we recognized something was going on. Some of us swing this over the weekend. I flipped it. I kept a small position over the weekend, a little bit of profit in case it didn't turn out the way it was going to. But today, it after hours Friday, it bounced up and then it showed some more momentum again this morning. And so right out of the gate, it pulled back a little bit, and there you go, off to the races. And it ran up against that 50-day SMA, had a golden cross, and then just broke out. And I recognized that we hit a pretty good solid resistance up there around 81, and that's where we needed to break. Well, this baby was an RSI baby today, RSI crossover. You could, and I recognized the channel going down into close, and then right at close again, here comes them big orders that Vegas was talking about. So there's something really going up with this. We're both excited, but you can see just real fast second, every crossover, RSI crossover, we had a bounce, and then it happened 5 times. So I was able to get in it. This was just a beautiful chart today for anybody to play on the way up and on the way down. So that's NLST. Keep it on watch, and it is on fire. Play the pullbacks, recognize them if you can, but it's definitely has high momentum behind it right now. And we've been,
Definitely does.
yes, it does. So another one that I really liked was SAEX today. No, I did not recognize it like I should have. It was a beautiful little stock. It ran like a Dickens from what, $7?
Mm-hmm.
And this was after a split of 20 to 1. And there's really the only thing that we could think of, you know, share float was low. And what else? You mentioned something else too, didn't you, Vegas?
Yeah, couldn't it was something, they couldn't really short this stock at the moment. I don't really short much, but I know people that short full time, and they told me that they couldn't, not shortable. So that's probably also part of the reason why this was running.
And it's just unbelievable. And this is the one that you got to recognize. You can really make some big bucks on this thing if you. And we see this go on, a couple times a month where we just, say, wow, this is one of them. And you recognize them through share rotation, volume over price. And that's how this thing ran all day long. It hovered at 50 SMA, respected it well into close. And we went from 710 low yesterday or Friday to a $32 high today. So keep this on your watch list. This is going to be fun. Play on the pullbacks. Guarantee it. SAEX. And then Vegas, we got another one that really ran today on some good news.
Yeah,
You know
we
which one?
like AMRN.
Yes.
Like that one.
AMRN.
That one's a good one. So, the chatter on that one, it's too bad actually I didn't catch this or sooner because, the morning was so hectic today. I mean, we were so active in so many other trades this morning that I didn't really catch AMRN till a bit after it already had quite a bit of a run. But sometimes when the run is already happening, that doesn't mean the trade's finished. I mean, there still could be an opportunity to still trade the stock. So when I was taking a little closer look at AMRN, which was brought to my attention today from Idaho Joe, and this stock here, when I was looking at it a little closer, I was noticing here that, part of the reason that it was running was because there is this, rumor going on that Citi believes that the trial of this Vasepa succeeds, that they see a 5 times upside on the stock. And they said that, currently they feel that the stock's worth $14, potentially big upside by the end of Q3. Also, they're thinking that the stock target could be, they're saying $50. Again, this is just, what they think. But, the other reason that this could be running up as well is that this company, they have a prescription fish oil pill, which is called Vasipa. And hope I'm pronouncing that right. But anyhow, it did meet its primary endpoints in the cardiovascular outcomes known as Reduce It. And as a result of this, if they could, get this item to market down the road, once they get, some of this information approved, there is an opportunity that this could generate a staggering $2 billion sales.
Mm.
And also, there's, companies that have a real interest in this area, the cardiovascular sector. And one of them is Pfizer. So, Pfizer could, potentially be interested in a company small like AMRN. The other thing, too, is that this company, AMRN, is going to release additional data about the study that took place, and they will be presenting in Chicago, Illinois on November 10th at the American Heart Association. So there's a lot of speculation and chatter on this, a lot of people going long on this, a lot of people buying the stock and just, taking profits and then buying the dips and running it up again. So you can play this so many ways, but this is kind of why the hype is there. So I just wanted to just explain it to people that were wondering what is going on today with that stock.
Well, that's just great news. Vegas sent it right to you, and I love fish. So
I don't. I do. I mean, I do love fish, but I
fish,
love stocks more than fish.
basically, they got fish oil, so that's why I said that. So,
Yeah.
okay, we've got another one we're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
so you want to talk about, since, we're talking about marijuana stocks last, not to overlook marijuana stocks, but let's talk about an OTC stock, which is TRTC. So,
Yep.
Jim, you're going to talk about that one.
Yeah, TerraTech. TerraTech I've been watching for many years, and that was before the pot sector culture came into effect. And what they operate is a bunch of greenhouses, and they grow food for grocery stores. They grow flowers for selling in the spring. So they're set in business, and then all of a sudden they're starting to get into the medical marijuana field. And today, I think in the news, they had oh, I should be, some new distribution locations. TerraTech granted Phase 1 cultivation, manufacturing, and distribution permits in 3 Santa Ana, California locations. So they're expanding, they're getting bigger. This is TRTC, and this is one that I want to keep on my watch list that I'm adding to it. I watched it a lot, but I want to really start focusing on it a little bit more. So
Okay, so you don't have a position on it now, right?
no, I do not have a position on it now. I'm going to look for a pullback. I like to play the pullbacks on any trade. I trade
Mm.
one trade at a time. I don't try to. I try to make it simple and fresh. So I'm going to wait for my opportunity. I let the trade come to me. I let the market dictate how I trade, and that's the way I'm going to do it. Now I've caught on to the news. It excites me, and it's little things like that that encourage me to watch a stock. And that's NBEV, NBEV, and I'll give you a next update on our next video if I'm going to still be watching. Not NBEV, I'm sorry, TRTC. My apologies.
That's okay, because we were talking about marijuana stocks.
Yep, and
And
speak of another
so
one.
speaking of another one was NBEV. So NBEV had a really interesting day. I mean, obviously, there was an offering on the stock, and then people just, panic sellers and just people that, just, fed up of it. And the stock went to a low today of 361 and, opened at 440, and then it pulled back. So I took a look at the stock today and noticed when it did pull back earlier, not around the 360 mark, but closer to the 386 mark. And that's when I kind of decided that, you know what, this looks really good to take a swing position, initially just for an overnight at this point, and then we'll have to see where we stand on this tomorrow. But so far, so good. I mean, I'm really happy with the after hours action on here. I mean, there's a lot of buying the tape at 422. I also did see some larger size orders going through after hours on NBEV. And also, they do plan to have an event on October the 8th. So we could still see some hype on this particular stock leading up to that event. So there is an opportunity here to still keep this on your watch if you're not in the trade, like we are. But certainly, if you're not in it, keep a watch for it, and maybe see if there's an opportunity for you to definitely make some money on the stock. Okay.
Yeah,
And Jim, let's talk about last pot play is TLRY.
I want to say just a little. As she was talking about uh, NBEV, you notice I was drawing little trend lines there. Well, I noticed that it did hit my low support today of 355 or come real close to it. And I'm just looking at the previous run, the 4 or 5 days, and then the last 2 days of sell off. So let's keep a good watch on NBEV. It's cheap right now. It's closing here at 420. So that's an indication of one of my indica technical tools that maybe I want to buy this thing at 420. Okay. TLRY?
Okay. TLRY. Yep. There was news on it.
Yep. And guess what the news was?
What was the news? Let's hear it.
Australia is now going to get medical marijuana from TLRY. Australia. So that's another. Last time we got news like this, it was being shipped to America, and the thing run up to $300. So it's going to keep getting little bits of news like this, and I think the momentum's going to carry. Right at close, I talked to Vegas. I said, if this thing's under, I didn't even look at it today. I said, if this thing's under 100, it's going to be a buy. And we looked at it, and there it was. It was just right under $100 right there. And it's, look at it now. It's already bounced, 96? I mentioned it. And we're now at 109.75 as I'm looking at the tape. And I'm going to look at the daily. Just look at a daily 1 minute just to see anything in here that I like. So we've had a pretty good pullback from $300 all the way down to 100. So maybe that was a good time to maybe refocus on this stock and start flipping it again. And this is a good flipper in a way. You can flip this 2 or 3 times a day if you know how, if you have the money. I don't, but I will one day. So that's it. TLRY Vegas. Anything you want to close with?
No, you know what? I just want to tell everyone that we hope you are enjoying the Wall Street updates that we try to give. If anyone has any questions, certainly please make a comment in the channel. We will have actually a separate YouTube channel that we're in the middle of setting up. And then we'll announce that channel very shortly. And this way, it'll be specifically focused to market updates and anything with regards to trading. So we look forward to connecting with you all tomorrow. And hopefully, if you're a female trader, I love hearing from you. And please make sure to try to follow us if possible on StockTwits. We have at Washboard Jim, and I am at Vegas One. So love to hear from you. We're here to help. We're here to, talk about ideas and share the market feedback. And we look forward to doing it again tomorrow on September 25th. And that's all for now, and have a phenomenal day.
Sounds great. As she said, I got my StockTwit link down below, and I have my Twitter link down below. Hit the like button if you like. Make any comments if you have any questions. But Vegas and I are going to team up, and we're going to give these market updates at the end of the day every day, just to let people know where we're going. So we really appreciate you, and keep it fresh, and keep it simple, and keep it easy. Have a great day. Jim in Vegas, Wall Street Update.